Hey everyone, my name is Chris Lambert. On this channel, we talk Kanye West, and Donda 2 is back in the conversation right now as there's been a lot of conversation about, where's it at, what's happening. People thought it was going to release like August 12th or whatever it was. Now there's rumors August 25th, especially with the appearance of a new clear stem player. And people have been mentioning Ye working on music, being in the studio with him. So BOTTimmy on WestSubEver put together this Donda 2 timeline megathread. And I thought it'd be fun to just kind of look at, get into, and dig into some of the information as a way just to kind of catch up on recent stories, recent information in case you've missed something or haven't been paying attention at all and just want a bit of a refresher. So Kanye West, studio album 11, which there has been a push as much as we've talked about Donda 2 and heard like a version of Donda 2 in February. More and more people have started talking about just studio album 11, like album 11, because we don't know if it's going to still be called Donda 2. The same way Yandi eventually became Jesus is King, right? So current stem player songs: Miami version 5, True Love featuring XXX, Broken Road featuring Don Toliver, Too Easy, Get Lost, Flowers, Security, Put Your Security at Risk, No. We Did It Kid, Baby Keem, Amigos, Pablo featuring Future and Travis Scott, Louis Bags featuring Jack Harlow, Happy featuring Future, Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi is still my favorite song on the album, I'm pretty sure. I think yes. Selfish, Lord Lift Me Up, City of Gods, First Time in a Long Time, and Easy, which the list started over again. So instead of 1 through 16, it's 1 through 10 and 1 through 6. But songs given away, released, removed since the listening party. Mr. Miyagi featuring Future and Playboy Cardi played at listening party but not uploaded on the stem player. So that was one that everybody was excited about. I remember the reaction in the stadium being like, oh, this is a banger, and people being very excited about Miyagi. But, the appearance of it wasn't uploaded with the rest of the songs. And then Keep It Burning was updated and released on Future's album, I Never Liked You, on the 29th of April. Keep It Burning had a very short-lived appearance on the stem player and had this great sample which isn't present in the Future version, which is a bit of a shame. I think I like the Donda 2 version better than what was officially released, just because that sample was so strange and different, and I liked it. True Love updated slightly and released as a joint song with X and Ye on May 27, 2022. Yeah, it was cut down a little bit. It didn't have as much of an outro, but it was released as part of the documentary about X and got an official kind of single release on platforms. So other potential tracks from old track lists: Maintenance, 5:30, The Car's Missing, Dear Summer, which is one that I think recently had an appearance that people were hearing, and there was a lot of chatter about that song and people really enjoying it. Candyland, Close for Business, Things Change, Nebraska, Depression, Beautiful Life, Never Forgive Yourself, Worst Mistake, Leaks from the Era That May Also Be Used, Die, Evangelica, Doves, Fighter, For the Children, Free Hoover, Hype, Jesse, Susie, which I'm not entirely familiar with some of the leaks. I don't like falling in love with songs that might never come out. I had that happen in the past. And even when the songs do come out, usually I like the leak version so much that I get disappointed by the official version. So I usually stay away from things just to not have my heart broken in that way. So like Jesse, Susie, Hype. No, I haven't heard these, but it's my first time seeing some of the titles and it's pretty funny. So here's the timeline of recent events, right? Starting at July 23rd. Lil Durk brings Ye out at Rolling Loud after he dropped out of headlining. So people kind of took Ye not doing Coachella. That was kind of the big, after Donda 2 didn't release, right? Just had the stem player release, and was it updated? Was it finalized? People were kind of looking at Coachella as the next big finish line, right? Oh, maybe he'll have the album finished by then. He'll perform it. We'll hear a new version of it. So when he pulled out of Coachella, it was just like, oh, no. Well, maybe he'll have something finished for Rolling Loud. And that was kind of the I think major deadline that people had in the back of their heads. Because if he doesn't show up at Rolling Loud, play anything at Rolling Loud, then we might as well just consider it like the end of the era. And sure enough, he canceled Rolling Loud, but then he still came out, but he didn't do anything new, right? We didn't hear any Donda 2 songs. There was no new release of a Donda 2 song. So it's kind of in a weird spot, but that has kind of kicked off this next wave of Ye at least seemingly being busy doing things behind the scenes. We're starting to hear rumors again of people working, and you're getting like a little bit more behind the scenes momentum of bits and pieces of information coming out, the same kind of way that they started coming out in 2018, in 2020, 2021, and then ahead of Donda 2 at the start of 2022. So the anticipation is starting to crackle just a little bit more. But Yeezy Gap van drop locations are given out. July 24th, photos of Ye wearing what are now known as the Yeezy glasses are shown. July 26th, Digital Nas confirms during his Rolling Loud set that Donda 2 is set to re-release this year. But it's Ye, so it's like Ye could come out and say Donda 2 is going to re-release, and you still have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. Sean Leone played a version of Legend via snippet on Instagram featuring a new unheard line from Ye. Another Yeezy Shades photo posted on the Yeezy Instagram page. And these link? Oh, that's cool. I didn't try that. So here, okay, Sean Leone played the Kanye version of Legend today, posted snippet on Instagram. So I'm going to link this in the description. You can go here and kind of click on the link, all the links. If there's anything specific that jumps out to you where you're like, oh, I hadn't heard that, I want to hear it. Here. And then KanyeWest.com website was updated and showed a coming soon text. Man, that was August 2nd. And here we are, it's August 23rd, and that still hasn't had any kind of conclusion. But people are starting to think it's for the Yeezy Shades. Sci-Hi confirms in an interview that Ye has produced 6 of the tracks on his album and has 2 features as well. This Sci-Hi album has been anticipated for a long time. When did his first album come out? Was it 2014, 2015? Sometime back then, maybe it was 2017, or that's when he and Ye had like their brief beef, and Sci-Hi dropped a track that alluded to Ye, but by 2018, they were cool again. And the way that Ye dropped the 7-track albums with him and Cudi, Nas, Tiana Taylor, people are talking about Ye and Sci-Hi doing a 7-track album. And, Pusha T as well. And Sci-Hi was saying, like, the work with Pusha took, like, a couple years. And that he deserves that same span of time to work with Ye and develop the album. So a lot of people started anticipating like, okay, 2020, 2021, we'll get the Sci-Hi album. And here we are in 2022 and people have still been waiting for the Sci-Hi album. But am I crazy? It dropped and I missed it. Something in the back of my head is being like, hey, it dropped, man. Hey, it dropped. It might have dropped, but maybe not. Travis Scott performs God's Country in London. Yeah, that was a big thing. God's Country, of course, was the working title for a little bit of Donda in 2020 when, what was it? Wash Us in the Blood came out. The director for that video, Arthur Jaffe, is that how you say his name? Did an interview and he mentioned working on God's Country with Kanye. And people are like, oh, that's the name of the new album. That's the name of the new album. And this was on some track lists early on, especially after the album was renamed Donda, but then just got scrapped, disappeared, vanished, and now Travis Scott has it. And Travis Scott was the recipient of a number of Yeezus 2 songs as well in that 2015 period when Ye started giving away songs. Like Piss on Your Grave was one that Travis Scott got that was supposed to be on Yeezus 2 / So Help Me God. So Travis Scott getting God's Country makes sense. Ye really likes Travis. They've worked closely together in the past. We'll see if that makes the album. We still don't have a track list for Utopia as far as I'm aware, but with Travis Scott performing it, it seems like something that he's going to make his own, the same way that like Future got Keep the House Burning, etc., etc. August 8th, Ye posts a fake newspaper reading Skeet Davidson dead at 28 in relation to the breakup with Kim. The post was deleted the same day. August 9th, new rollout for Yeezy Gap and the upcoming Yeezy Shades as Instagram models associated with Ye share coordinated posts. I can't believe that was like August 9th and it's the 23rd already. That feels like it was just 4 days ago. August 10th, Lil Uzi, Steve Lacy, and Ye posing with matching tattoos. That wasn't 4 days ago? Jeez. New images of Ye and Uzi wearing the Yeezy Gap clothes and sunglasses from Uzi's Instagram. Which, yeah, that pose is just so funny to me. Okay, official virtual stem player was found and then made private. Yeah, this thing was cool. It essentially lets you do everything, as I look down at my stem player, lets you do everything that the stem player does in terms of turning on and off different parts, different stems of songs, but doing it on the websites. So you could listen to anything that was default on the stem player, like the Donda 2 tracks, or Jesus is King, I think was another one on there. But you could actually turn on the bass, you could turn off the drums, you could turn on the vocals, all of that stuff. It was fun to play around with, and then they caught on that people were accessing it. A new Ye feature tomorrow on Fortunate from the game's Drillmatic, which I like that song. It got some mixed reviews, but I thought the song was great. I still haven't listened to the full album, but that song was something I was into. I have a reaction video to it if you want to see it, but lyrics leak from Genius reveals Fortunate is the windpipe snippet that surfaced earlier this year. Yeah, which was pretty funny. August 13th, Ye associate and Donda 2 contributor Nate Day said new music and stem player coming this month when asked about the status of the album. So, that got a bunch of people hyped for the end of the month, especially because we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary release of the original Donda album. So now people are being like, are we going to have something release around the 1 year anniversary? We've also been teased of this new stem player, the Clear stem player. Is that lining up with everything? So there's a lot of anticipation for the end of this month. Campaign for the Yeezy Shades now adds Saint West, Offset, the Kid, I can't even say his name. Leroy, return on investments, and more pictures of Lil Uzi Vert. August 18th, Donda's Place unboxes the new Clear stem player, which is expected to release on the 1 year anniversary of the original stem player release, and new Ye exclusive interview about Yeezy Gap and Balenciaga bags. This was the Fox News interview where Ye just did this quick thing where he talked about how he's a creator, he's creating, it's like people need to back off, he's like challenging the system, and they're not in trash bags, they're in construction bags, and he's just making shopping a little more easier and unique than just hanging things on racks. August 19th, Steve Lacy confirms Ye has been in the studio, discusses their matching tattoos. So that's it. Like the Steve Lacy confirming Ye's been in the studio was something that got a lot of people very excited. Like, oh, this is somebody that's with Ye. Ye's in the studio. But I think the thing that you come to realize about Ye, if you followed him for a period of time, and we've been doing this podcast, like the YouTube's channel, we started in earnest in 2018, but we started our podcast, Watching the Throne, in 2015. And the thing that you really start to realize is that Ye's just always working on music. It's just a matter of if you're hearing about it or not, or people talking about it. But it seems like he's just constantly in the studio creating things or sending people things. Like music is always being worked on. It's just not always coming together into an album that's going to be released. And even sometimes when it starts to, it doesn't. This start-stop process in terms of albums is also something that if you go back through Ye's kind of history with releases, there's a lot of versions of albums, potential albums that start, doesn't quite come together, and then he moves on to another sound. So this is kind of part of the roller coaster and ride when it comes to following this closely to the Ye album making process, but it's a lot of fun. If you can get over some of the heartbreak and some of the eagerness and the need that we start to have, like, oh, I hope it comes out like now, I need it now, and just kind of go along for the ride, it's a lot less stressful. But this is the information that we have up through August 19th, right? I think there are a few things over the last couple days that are worth making a video on, but still nothing like groundbreaking. But this was a catch up. If you're looking for a catch up, that's it for now. Until next time, stay wavy and keep it loopy. Cheers.